everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be talking a little bit about 2.7. Today, we're going to be talking about the new update and which character you should pick in that new update. If you don't know, we got 4 new banners coming out in a matter of days. We're going to have Sunday and Jing Yuan on the first banner, and then on the second banner, we're going to have Fudge and we're going to have Firefly. Yes, you heard me correctly, Fudge. Today, we're going to talk about, between those 4, which one is the best option for you. Should you be going for Ting Yun 2.0 or should you be going for Jing Yuan? Well, let's discuss a little bit about that. But if this video does help you out, it would really mean a lot to me if you could just drop a subscription. Only a small percentage of you are actually subscribed and really doesn't take that much time at all. But regardless, boys, let's discuss a little bit about which character you should choose. And let's start off with our first banner, which features Sunday and Jing Yuan, along with a very nice cast of 4 stars, might I say. Ting Yun is a very, very powerful 4-star. And honestly, Ching Chui is just kind of fun to play. How can you hate Ching Chui? But anyways, let's start out with Sunday. Now, unfortunately, I don't own him, obviously, so we're going to have to use other means to review Sunday's kit, being the new Keeping Up with Star Rail video that just came out, which introduces us to Sunday's kit. Now, Sunday is a very new and important character. He's going to be a staple for a lot of teams to come because he does something that no other Harmony character does. He buffs summons. Just summons. Now, unfortunately, right now, we only have a few characters that have summons. One of them being Jing Yuan, which is the exact reason they're running Jing Yuan beside Sunday, is so that you have a reason to roll for him. But the other characters that summon are 1, Topaz and Numbi, and 2, Linksha. I believe those are all the summon characters in the game, at least the ones that can do meaningful amounts of damage using Sunday's kit. Now, Sunday doesn't just buff summons. He does a lot more than just that. Sunday can raise you in the turn order. He has the Bronya buff. It just works immediately. He raises you straight up to the next turn and you just go immediately. I think it's awesome. Not only that, but he also has a crit damage buff and an energy restore with his ultimate. It's similar to the way Ting Yun works with her energy restore, except this time it's just better because it's a 5-star character and it's Sunday. So that just makes him extra awesome. Now, the unfortunate part about Sunday right now is that he really only works with a handful of characters, that being the 3 that we named previous. He really needs to be with one of those characters in order to properly use his kit. So for my recommendation for Sunday is I do think you should roll for him. However, with that being said, I think of a character like Ron May, for example, who was very niche when she first came out. But since she's came out, the break meta has kind of gone into full effect with Firefly and Rappa. I think Sunday will kind of be similar to that, where right now he's a little bit niche, but in the future, he's going to be a staple in a lot of different team. Currently, if you want to make full use of Sunday, I would recommend strongly that you have a character like Topaz and Numbi or Jing Yuan, who I don't have on my account because up until today, Jing Yuan was a completely useless unit. However, coming in this next update, I might honestly have to pick up both of them. I might need a Jing Yuan and I might need a Sunday, because the 2 of them combined lead for one of the most powerful combinations in the entire game. So as for my conclusion on if you should pull Sunday, I would say it's a hard yes. I think he's going to be a future-proof character who's going to be really good on the future. And I think that's going to lead us in to our next character, and that is going to be Jing Yuan. Now, unfortunately, he's another character I do not own. But luckily, all the footage from the version update features Jing Yuan because they really like to show off those 2 characters combined, because those 2 in a team is a very strong composition. Now, I'm sure you're all aware the reason Jing Yuan is running this update is because of Sunday. That is the only reason. Without Sunday, bro would not have got a rerun banner. Before today, he was a completely useless character, but now he's become an Ion again and is going to be one of the most useful characters in the game for the moment. Now, I say for the moment because I think there is a very strong chance that Jing Yuan gets power crept in the future with a better character, and Sunday will have a better unit to work with than Jing Yuan. That's just my prediction. But for right now, Jing Yuan is a fairly strong character. And if you are pulling Sunday, then I do recommend you pick up a Jing Yuan as well, as that is going to be the best combination of 2 characters. In any other instance, if you're not planning to pick up a Sunday, then I would highly recommend that you probably skip out on Jing Yuan as well, because he's probably not going to be worth it unless you're going to pair him up with Sunday. He just doesn't have too many other uses. His damage is just not nearly enough to complete endgame content without a character like Sunday unless you have very optimal investment in him. But if you do want to use the two together, it will be a very strong composition. So if you have enough jades, you've saved up maybe like, oh man, you're going to need a lot of jades next update if you want both of them. But if you do have enough, you saved up the 2 million that you need, then you can pick up both of them and have a very strong composition. Let's move on to the next character, and one that I actually own, Firefly. Now, the reason Firefly is running this update is the same reason that Jing Yuan is because Fudge is in this update, and Fudge works really well with Firefly, and so they want you to pull both of them, and that's why Firefly's here, because she is a crazy overpowered unit who's just going to get more crazy and more overpowered. However, unlike Jing Yuan, Firefly still works perfectly well on her own. It's not like you need Ting Yun 2.0 in order to make Firefly good. You could still run her with the normal Harmony Trailblazer, Ron May, and then Link Sha or Gallagher comp, and she still works completely fine. Even if you don't have Ron May, there's other characters you could substitute in here, and Firefly's still a great choice. In almost all endgame content, you can find a use for Firefly. She can run nearly anywhere. You can run her on floor 12, all the way down to floor 1. She's great in AP Shadow. She is okay in Pure Fiction. I've been able to use her here a couple times, but not recently. I think Firefly right now is a very future-proof character who I think will be good for a long time to come, and they're going to keep making content that fits her and allows her to do what she needs to do, which is just crap tons of damage, crap tons of break. And even if you already have a copy of Firefly, she gets really crazy at E1 and E2 especially. So if you do have the ability to get more copies of her, she can do pretty crazy stuff. One of the big ones being not using skill points with her E, which is a pretty broken ability, all things considered. She is debatably the best DPS in the game. I'd say she's up there with the best of them. I think the only competitors maybe being like Acheron and Fei Zhao, but it all kind of depends on what the content you're doing is. But overall, Firefly is one of the best units. She's insanely easy to build. You just get a crap ton of speed, a crap ton of attack, and a crap ton of break. You're good to go. You don't need to worry about no crit stats. And if you want, you can go for one of these two Eidolons. I love Eidolon 1, and Eidolon 2 is great too. Giving you an extra turn if you weakness break is so good. So if there's ever a character I'd pick up on these 4 banners, I think Firefly would be among my highest priority. Easy to use, easy to throw in any team. Her best support is a completely free-to-play character, which anyone can get, and she works well with another really good free-to-play support that anybody can get. So overall, I'd highly recommend Firefly for all accounts. But let's move on to the final unit of the video, and probably the most interesting, most important, and most groundbreaking one. Fudge Cake. This character is extremely broken. Like, actually, like, beyond comparison, crazy insanity. She is the new Super Break unit. She basically does what Harmony Trailblazer does, allowing all your units to do Super Break. That's kind of her whole thing. But she does even more than just that for your team. She applies Defense Shred. She adds XO Toughness, which if you don't know what that is, it basically adds an extra toughness bar which you're able to break on the enemy, allowing for a variety of different things. You get more turns. The enemy gets less turns. You get more break damage. You can just do more damage. There's so many things that adding an extra toughness bar allows you to do in a fight that just makes this character completely and utterly broken. Not only that, but she's just a gorgeous character. I'm going to be honest. That's like, so this is like top 5 designs in the whole game. Now, you might have the thought, well, she's basically Harmony Trailblazer. Why do I need her? Well, for one, you can have 2 Harmony Trailblazers, and what's better than 1, 2? You can now use 2 different Super Break teams. You can have Firefly, Trailblazer, Link Sha, etc. on one side, and then on another side, you could run Rappa with Gallagher, and then you can also add Fudge Cake into that team. And I think that may be something we see in like Memory of Chaos, AP Shadow, or Pure Fiction in the future, where they want you to use Break on both sides. So you may need Harmony Trailblazer and Ting Yun 2.0. Because I'm feeling nice, I guess we can use her real name, Fugue also reduces enemies' toughness regardless of weakness. Like, I feel like every character does that in the game now, but she does do that when she uses her ultimate, and she allows other characters to do that too, regardless of the fact that it really feels like half the cast just reduces weakness regardless of the enemy's weakness. But that aside, I think Fugue will be a very valuable pickup. If you're not already considering her, you really should. She seems to work in like any team. She can work with like any DPS and make like almost any character in the game a DPS because of her ability to give super break to them. This will enhance so many different DPSs that I can't even cover it all in one video, because I believe she can make like half the cast just such better units. Would I say Fugue is a must pull though? Probably not, because like I said, Harmony Trail does exist and he kind of does the same thing that she does, although she definitely does it better and adds a lot more extra things, which makes her a lot better than him. However, if you are forced to only pull one because you just don't have the Jades, then I'd probably opt for Sunday over Fugue. That's just me personally. It really depends on your account and who you have. If your account is more break orientated and you own a lot of break characters like Firefly, Rappa, Boot Hill, etc., then I probably go for Fugue. But if you have a lot more follow-up attack characters like Topaz and Jing Yuan, then I probably go for Sunday. And that, my friends, is all my recommendations and what characters you should pull. Let me know any of your thoughts down in the description below. For right now, that's going to be all for me. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I'm going to see you all in the next one. Peace.